Hey, how's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel with some more Arsenal transfer news, transfer updates, discussions, and opinions. Today we will have a bit quieter video because it's it's nearly 1 a.m. as I'm recording this, but there's lots of Arsenal transfers to talk about. Arsenal are actually making money without doing anything, which sounds weird, but we actually are, which is kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. There are more links, more advancements, more interesting things about backup goalkeepers, about defenders, attackers, midfielders. It's all over the place. But again, until July 1st, I don't think we will see any action. Maybe even after the year, until we'll have to wait till Euros end, and then we'll see some action. But for now, Arsenal have been linked with some more players. Let's talk about them. Let's discuss them, how they could fit in. Would they fit into Arsenal? And of course, as always, like, comment, subscribe, helps a lot, helps the algorithm, helps the video, helps to grow the channel and everything, especially comments. Love interacting with you, and let's get into transfers. And we're kicking things off with Omari Hutchinson, who has joined Ipswich. Ipswich Town have sent contract proposal to Omari Hutchinson after talks open with Chelsea over permanent deal. Sell-on clause being discussed. Ipswich Town are determined to make Omari their club record signing. Now, if we dig a bit deeper, that was a very old report I got saved. During the day I went to the beach, I didn't have much time to check my phone and everything on the news, but if we scroll quickly enough, here it is. Omari Hutchinson to Ipswich Town on permanent deal from Chelsea. Here we go. Arsenal agreement in place for fee around 22 million, add-ons included as expected. Chelsea will not have buyback clause, but there will be sell-on clause as well. Exclusive story, and it is confirmed. To add to that on top, Arsenal will also receive money from Omari Hutchinson move to Ipswich Town from Chelsea. Arsenal had sell-on clause included into Omari deal when he joined Chelsea. Now, basically, there were lots of reports and rumors that he left for free. He didn't. He went to Chelsea for undisclosed fee, and we also slapped on sell-on clause. Now, the thing about this is 22 million he's going to Ipswich Town. One thing we don't know properly is how much are the sell-on clause. Because I read numerous reports. 5%, numerous reports. 15%, and numerous reports 50%. So it's all over the place. But no matter what, if it's 5%, Arsenal are getting about 1 million. If it's 15%, it's about 3 million. And obviously, if it's 50%, we get the half, and it's 11 million. We'll have to wait and see until this comes into light. But Omari Hutchinson has moved to Ipswich Town, and Arsenal are making money without basically doing anything. And not gonna lie, kinda nice to see for a change. According to Fabrizio Romano as well, he reveals that one Arsenal man is set to sign a new contract. Obviously, there were rumors that that obviously could be Odegaard, but the more you deep and read into this, Arsenal transfer window being speculation, and both on and off the pitch, the girls have been flourishing in recent seasons, Mikel Arteta being lauded as the man who changed the fortunes at the North London club. Despite agonizingly missing out on Premier League title by 2 points on the final day, Arsenal will believe that they can go all the way with the correct business during this summer. However, arguably the most important deal that the club could do this summer is retaining their manager Mikel Arteta. The Spaniard has been learning the game from incredibly young age as he went through the ranks of Barcelona's youth academy, La Masia, obviously. And yeah, he has become and here it is. Despite difficult beginning to his tenure, the Spaniard has now been the conductor of Arsenal's 2 narrow title races, whereas his former employer has beat him both times. Shocking. However, with his contract expiring in 1 year's time, Fabrizio Romano has delivered positive news to Arsenal fans in transfer mailbag. Basically, that Mikel Arteta, I think it's soon. I don't think it's going to be long. Arsenal already had some conversations with agents of Mikel Arteta. Basically, two things here. Arsenal looks like Cronkies believe in Mikel Arteta and this project, which is very weird because if it doesn't go back this season, he has to go together with Edu. The other side of this is, if we want to sign proper players, big players, long term, it's very hard to convince a big player or big fee player signing, massive caliber signing, if manager is leaving in 1 year. Because you cannot tell him the his vision anymore. Because if he's leaving in 1 year, like, who you gonna sign? Nobody's will want to come to a team where manager changes in a year and there is no like proper ground under their feet under this manager, because this manager is gonna sign him. There's no guarantees the other manager will play him, use him, and don't want to sell him instantly as he comes in. So basically, this is a double whammy in a way. It's the fact that Kroenkes believe in Arteta, and we are want to extend his contract so we can sign proper players. Issue with this is, who we gonna sign remains to be seen. The second part is, Arteta needs to win this season. That he needs to win Premier League or win both of the cups, either or Champions League. If he doesn't win something, he has to go, because 6 years without a trophy is a travesty and a half, because by that time we will have spent around 850 million and genuinely have nothing to show for it. So basically, it all remains to be seen if he actually gets the contract. Once he gets the contract, who might come in. According to ESPN, Arsenal are still keeping tabs on Mark Guehi, obviously one of the best players for Crystal Palace and arguably the best player for England at the Euros at the moment. He's the one of the few, or the only one, who actually properly plays with passion, with fight and love for the badge. He actually fights for the badge. Yes, he has his mishaps here or there, he makes mistakes here or there, but he never gives up and he fights for it. Just like Kobe Mainoo when he came on, and Cole Palmer when he came on in the third game of the group stages for England. The team is just, it's a good team. The issue it's Southgate. He's shit, so he has to go to maybe for England to flourish, because pretty much he has wasted out an incredible golden generation of English football. I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But according to reports, Arsenal is still keeping tabs of Mark Guehi. They want to sign a backup for Saliba apparently. But for me personally, I don't think we need to focus on that, because we have more positions where we are in more desperate need for players, because we have backups for Saliba technically. We can play Ben White there, we can play Timber there. Timber has played more at center back recently, so I assume he would be the one. Tomiyasu can play center back. So we definitely have a center back we can put in there. We have a backup for Gabriel, which is Kivior. Since Gabriel generally feels like made out of steel and he doesn't get injured ever, knock on wood, so he doesn't get injured next season. Also, we don't need the best backup. Also, Tomiyasu can play there, and we definitely have backups for each position. It's just not the ones you would expect maybe on certain occasions or certain times, and it will be interesting to see what Arteta does actually, because when Saliba got injured 2 seasons ago, we had Rob Holding replacing him, and that was a nightmare. And yeah, now we have potentially Timber and Tomiyasu replacing him, so that will be very interesting to see what happens if Arteta decides to rotate the squad. How will the center back pairing look? Because I definitely believe that Timber is the one that will be also a backup for Saliba simultaneously, as he's gonna play at most likely left back if we don't sign one. So it will be very interesting to see how this develops, but Mark Guehi apparently still on the radar. Moving on to Juan Garcia. We talked about him, I think it was yesterday, or day before that, about Espanyol goalkeeper who just got promoted into La Liga. And Arsenal are reportedly on the verge of securing the first signing of the summer. Arguably second, because I think Raya would be the first one. Espanyol goalkeeper Juan Garcia. According to Spanish media, the shot stopper is set to become a gunner soon. Soon is very, very wide term. Let's just get that in mind. Fresh from helping Espanyol secure promotion back to La Liga, Garcia was also on Real Madrid's radar, but it seems that Arsenal have won the race for his signature. The 20-year-old arrival could pose a selection headache for Arteta. The Gunners are expected to finalize 27 million deal for Raya, while Ramsdale is still at the club. And this is the big thing. Obviously, we need to sell Ramsdale, but we haven't had anything about links with Ramsdale leaving. I think it will happen starting July 1st, when the PSR resets and everyone will have money to spend. Definitely. And I definitely believe that there's a bigger chance of Ramsdale actually being sold or loaned out in late August than actually until that time, because the suitors will come nothing towards the end part of the window, the more desperate they will get. So it will be very interesting to see how this develops. And we swiftly move on in the same article to Osimhen. Basically, Conte confirms Osimhen agreement. In recent days, we have heard quite a bit that Romelu Lukaku is in big discussions with Napoli and AC Milan. Napoli are open to selling Osimhen. Osimhen also wants a Premier League move, and Conte has said if he leaves, he wants to bring in Lukaku. So on Garcia deal, once the Garcia deal is wrapped up, Arsenal may shift their focus to strengthen their attack. Napoli star Osimhen is one of the players who could be brought in, and the new manager Conte has confirmed that an agreement is in place for him to leave the Italian club. At his unveiling, the Italian said, "As far as Osimhen is concerned, just as I knew very well about the situation with Kvaratskhelia, Di Lorenzo, Anguissa, Lobotka, on which I have placed an absolute veto." So basically, this means on these four players he has named there, he has put an absolute veto, which means they are not for sale, not for loan, don't even come trying. Osimhen is not in the plans, so that will be very interesting to see how this develops. Having said that, I know that the situation is regarding Osimhen. I know that there are agreements that the situation is different from all the others. I can only assist. He is a player of the highest level, exceptional, but I cannot enter into any discussions because it's a part of previous agreements which have been early stated to me. Basically, he cannot say are the teams coming in, whether he's gonna leave or not. He is open to leaving. If he leaves, it's not gonna be a big issue because they can then use the money to strengthen for Conte, the way Conte wants to play. So yeah, it's very interesting because about a week ago as well, we read that Napoli have kind of come to terms with the fact that nobody's gonna play his release clauses. So they kind of have lowered the price a bit. So that also might have enticed Arsenal maybe to look back at Osimhen. So it will be very interesting to see how this develops. Very interesting because I definitely believe Arsenal are working on a deal behind the scenes that nobody knows of. Yes, that people are speculating, but nothing concrete yet. And the loudest one that has been talked about is Osimhen. And again, with there's smoke, there's fire. So I definitely believe there is a chance that Arsenal might be working an Osimhen deal behind the scenes. Whether it's going to happen or not, whether actually it's true or not, it all remains to be seen. Because at the moment, it's just my thought process and my speculation that actually an Osimhen deal could be on the card. And the last one for today, Arsenal received 2 boosts in pursuit of Euro 2024 22-year-old. Basically, we are talking about Bologna center back Calafiori. And there is, with Bologna now expecting a sale and Juventus looking at other deals. Basically, what's happening here is Arsenal have been linked with Bologna and Italy center back Riccardo Calafiori in recent days, but initial reporting interest threw up a couple of potential roadblocks. That was at the time we had just been linked with him. He's a left-sided center back, so he would definitely be a backup for Gabriel. Kinda can play left back as well if he's needed to. And here it is. For a start, Bologna director Marco Di Vaio was on record as saying they want to keep the defender. But there's also big interest from Juventus and Arsenal that could cause problems. Yet there have been more recent signs that the situation might be changing in Arsenal's favor. Because, here it is, Fabrizio Romano again reports that despite the initial plan to keep Calafiori, Bologna now fear that it will be almost impossible. They are expecting significant bids for him soon. Meanwhile, Sami Mokbel claims Juventus have joined Chelsea in making an inquiry for Nottingham Forest defender Murillo. It seems unlikely they might be signing both Murillo and Calafiori in the same summer, which kind of puts Arsenal in the driving seat because of this. But Fabrizio Romano also says it's not all good news. Romano's update confirms that Juventus received the green light from Calafiori himself in May, and it's seemingly only Bologna they need to convince. And here is where Thiago Motta comes into play, because he has gone from Bologna to Juventus. Definitely Calafiori would be loving the fact that he could be reunited with his former manager. Definitely knows him inside and out. He doesn't have to prove himself in a way because he already knows how good he is. So definitely that could play in Juventus's hands. Though the Italian journalist claims also Premier League clubs are keen, with Arsenal rumored to be one of them. It seems Juventus have a head start. Obviously, having the ex-Bologna manager definitely gives them a head start. Arsenal also have existing relationship with Bologna because we obviously signed Tomiyasu from there. So that will be very interesting to see how this develops. Left-footed center back Calafiori made 37 appearances in Bologna in last season. He missed only one game, which means he pretty much didn't get injured last season whatsoever. And he's played every game at Euros for Italy so far. One of the rising stars, no shadow of a doubt, for Italy center back wise. One of their biggest hopes at the moment to have another, well, it will be hard to have another Chiellini or Bonucci, but there are hopes that he could be one of those Chiellini type of players. Not the same level. I don't see at the moment him reaching those levels, because Chiellini plus Bonucci in a way was one of the most perfect center back pairings you could ever imagine. The pros and cons of each player kind of weigh each other out, and it was just incredible. But it looks like Arsenal are in the market for a defender. Just the question is, do we need this? We need a center back. We need a proper backup for Gabriel. Let's take that. Let's put that on the table. We also need a left back, and that all is raising up the questions, because Calafiori at left back, I don't see this happening unless Arteta wants to play 3 at the back, which then again raises more questions than answers, because then we basically have only center backs in our team. If you, besides Zinchenko, all of our defenders are center backs by default. White, Tomiyasu, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, and Timber. By default, all our center backs, they just can't play properly. Right backs, left backs, and all that stuff. So it will be very interesting to see. I don't see Arteta changing to 3 at the back, let's be real. But at the end of the day, it will be very interesting whether this also comes to life, because it looks like Arsenal are quite heavily linked with defenders. And not left backs specifically, but in general center backs mostly, which is also hella weird to me. Anyhow, those are transfer rumors from me for you today, my thoughts on them and opinions. Sorry for waffling maybe a bit too much, because it's already past 1 a.m. as I'm still recording this, and yeah, my head is gone after the beach and sun and everything. But yeah, I had a nice chill time on Friday, and always nice to relax after a hard work week. But yeah, let me know down in comments below what you think about Calafiori, what you think about Gehi, the Omari Hutchinson deal and everything. Obviously Osimhen, whether it's gonna happen or not. Let me know that down in comments below. Take care, enjoy football, because Euros are back tomorrow, so happy days for all of us. F1 is also tomorrow, so definitely gonna have an eye on that as well. Definitely waiting for a relaxing weekend. Hope you are as well. Take care, like, comment, subscribe, and see you all tomorrow. Peace.